Weekdays 4:30 to 7.
The Storm Tracker Sky Camera Network is brought to you by AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. When it comes to your foundation, we've got you covered. Call now, 770-744-1117.
New tonight, 47 of the 48 states in the Union are seeing snow cover. And the only one that's not, Florida, of course. Tammy Leitner has more.
Wicked winter weather causing this pileup in Middletown, Connecticut. 20 cars, tractor trailers, and a tanker truck dumping fuel on the interstate. Unbelievably, no one seriously hurt. Snow blanketing airports from New York to Raleigh to Atlanta. Thousands of flights canceled or delayed. Weary travelers trapped. This relentless storm unleashing snow and ice across the South. In Georgia, accidents on icy roads bringing traffic on the interstates to a stop.
We were sat 2 hours on 75, standstill, didn't move.
South Carolina hit with 5 inches overnight. And in North Carolina, 260 accidents during a 6-hour stretch. This pickup sliding right through a guardrail and off the road. Millions of Americans struggling as Mother Nature dumps snow across the Northeast. And in Virginia, a blizzard warning keeps most people hunkered inside. Except for Nancy Pulley and her soon-to-be husband, Matt Edward.
It's cold outside, but I have no cold feet.
Only 40 of their expected 200 guests made it through the pounding wind and snow to the church.
You may kiss your bride.
All right.
But that didn't stop this couple from having truly a white wedding. Tammy Leitner, NBC News, Norfolk, Virginia.
And the bride wore white, and so did everybody else that got caught out on the snow, right? Well, we're looking at some snowfall amounts that were up to a half foot across North Georgia, even though we didn't get any really here in the city whatsoever. But we got the rain, the freezing rain, and we still have some slick spots on the roadways. Here in Rome, you can see we do have dry conditions at the moment, at least downtown. The roads are looking much better, not snow covered like they were at this time last night. And very cold reinforcing air is going to be moving in still overnight tonight. In fact, tonight will likely be even colder than it was last night by several degrees as this cold air moves in. And then we have to add in the effects of the winds out of the northwest. That's going to make the wind chill factor pretty unbearable if you're out for any length of time. So here's another look at those snowfall accumulations that we saw here across North Georgia. Hiawassee being the winner, picking up about 6.5 inches. Now that was about 5 miles southeast of Hiawassee, but in Dahlonega, East Ellijay, Blue Ridge, they all picked up a fair amount, enough to have a snowball fight or play out in the snow a little bit. And even in East Cobb, Mount Bethel picked up 1.5 inches. So as far as our temperatures today, you know, we hit our high just after midnight last night. That is how cold it has been today. Our morning low ended up being 22 degrees, and our averages are 52 and 34. And this is the time of year in January we see temperature extremes here. Just 3 years ago when we had our other winter storm, we were down to 6 degrees on this date, and I think a lot of us remember that very, very well. Things were just frozen solid. And it's going to be cold tonight as well. Current temperatures ranging from 15 in Blairsville to 27 in LaGrange, 28 in Thomaston. Duluth checking in with 20 degrees, and Canton's at 21. And here are the wind chill factors. You factor in the effects of that northwesterly wind, and it feels like it is 6 degrees in Blairsville. Clayton, it feels like 8 degrees, and Duluth 10 degrees. In Midtown Atlanta, if you're out and about, it feels like it's 11 degrees, and in Peachtree City, it feels like it is 15. So we still are going to be cooling off even more overnight, and the effects of that wind chill will be felt. We'll see these temperatures dropping down into the teens as we head into the overnight hours. So if you are going to be out and about tomorrow, you need to dress very warmly and be prepared for slick spots on the roadways, because our temperatures are going to remain below freezing through tomorrow afternoon. That's going to cause some of that road slush to freeze into chunky ice. We'll also have areas of black ice that are very hard to see. And so even areas that may have been dry, there may have been some puddling that occurred during the late afternoon that is refrozen. So just take it easy out there on the roadways. Wind chills are going to range from the single digits down to 10 degrees below zero tomorrow. That's why the National Weather Service has issued a wind chill advisory through noon tomorrow, and it's likely going to feel like it's below freezing throughout the day because the winds are out of the northwest here. They'll be fairly strong overnight, around 5 to 15, and they'll weaken a bit tomorrow. But in the morning, we're going to feel it. This is what it's going to feel like as we head into our early morning hours here in the teens and single digits across North Georgia. Even in the afternoon, it's going to feel like we're in the 20s. So we're not going to see much warming throughout the afternoon, at least tomorrow. We'll see a little bit more on Monday when we get into the low 40s. Tuesday, Wednesday, though, we start to recover a bit, but then we introduce a chance of rain again on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, too. We warm up into the 60s, but we're dry. And then come Saturday, another system is likely to bring in that chance of rain as we head into the latter part of the week. So above average for our 11-day look ahead, we're going to end up seeing those temperatures in the upper 50s. So it'll be a good thaw for a while and no real cool episodes coming in the near future. So that's some good news. And we're also staying rather unsettled. So a few showers in the forecast. So get ready, bundle up, take it seriously tonight. Remember your pets and your plants and your people, and keep everybody safe.
All right, good advice there, Sam. Thanks a lot. You know, Sam was just talking about this with the temperatures dropping. There's an increased risk of your pipes freezing up. But if they burst, who's liable for all that damage? Well, most of the time, it's going to be you. Homeowners and renters should have insurance for incidents like this, but experts suggest double-checking that policy because even if you're renting, it could be on you to get it fixed. So how can you protect your pipes? Well, let the faucet drip, keep the thermostat above 67, and do not turn it off, even if you're going out of town. Now, the most bizarre turn of events this morning, police in DeKalb County had to deal with a different kind of traffic problem. Check this out here. Several stray cows were found wandering the streets. Using shopping carts, police and animal services corralled the cows in a nearby parking lot there, grocery store parking lot. One of the cows, a feisty bull, was especially temperamental. Police are trying to find out where these cows came from. No word yet on whether or not they showed up to restock the milk after customers left the shelves bare, you know, because of the winter storms and all. All right, straight ahead, the hot